Hey guys, it's Amy with myths and legends from all over the world. Today we are in Egypt again, and the name of the story is called The Doomed Prince. Now, if you know this word doomed, you can probably guess that this story is not too happy. Um, if you notice, Egyptian stories, not really happy stories at all. A lot of people die, and it doesn't seem to be a big deal at all. But the reason I chose this story is number one, it's very famous, and number two, I really like the way the story ends. I won't tell you the ending now, you'll just have to listen. But they don't exactly explain the ending. The idea is that you have to guess what happens at the end. And it really shows the culture where these types of stories were spoken. They weren't written down at first, and people would get together and try to guess what happened to the character. So, really cool story. I hope you like it. First, we're going to go through the listening questions. Write them down. Number one, what did the Hathors decree about the king's son, the prince? Number two, who was the prince's loyal companion? Number three, where did the prince travel to? Number four, the Count of Nerharina had one daughter. How was the prince able to marry her? Number five, was the Count originally happy to see his daughter marry the princess? Number six, what animals tried to kill the young prince? Oh, yes, many animals. And number seven, which animal most probably killed the prince? I think you can guess what happens, yeah. All right, so take a look at the vocabulary and then listen to the story. I'll see you soon. Okay, here's the vocabulary. I'll give you the word, the definition, and an example sentence. So read along, and if you want to make some notes, that would be great too. Number one, exceedingly, to an extreme degree. My mom is exceedingly kind to both animals and children. Hathors, a group of Egyptian goddesses. Hathors are fortune tellers. They can tell Egyptian parents the future of their children. Verdict, an opinion formed by judging something. The judge listened to everyone's opinions, then gave his final verdict. Greyhound, a tall, thin dog that is used for racing. My friend adopted an adorable greyhound from the animal shelter. Messenger, a person who carries a message. Could you ask the messenger to bring my documents to our other office? Grant, to give permission to do something, or to give based on merit. My request for a raise was granted by my boss. Grace, elegance and beauty. The young woman walked with such grace that everyone stopped to watch her. Count, a nobleman from a royal family. The Count and the Countess were always traveling on luxurious world tours. Flee, to run away from something. You must flee from this dangerous place. Favor, to consider as the favorite. I love both of my dogs, but honestly, I favor my smallest dog the most. Servant, a person working to serve another person or group. In 19th century Britain, a rich family may have over 10 servants working at their house. Refugee, someone who flees a country for safety reasons. There are many African refugees now living in Europe. Refuse, to not accept. The salary the company offered was really low, so I refused to work for them. Embrace, to hug fiercely. The two lovers embraced in the moonlight. Stand watch, to watch over as to protect. The guards stood watch over the palace at night. Village, a very small town, usually reserved for less modern cities. Tourists like to visit Aboriginal villages to see how the native people live their daily lives. Giant, a really big creature that looks like a human. Old legends say that giants live in the mountains, away from humans. Sacrifice, killed in a religious ritual. When a baby is born, 2 lambs are sacrificed to make the gods happy. Emerge, come out and into view. The baby snake emerged from its egg. Pursue, follow intently. The police officer pursued the bank robber for hours until he finally caught him. There was once a king to whom no son was born. His heart was exceedingly sad, and so he prayed to the gods. These gods decreed that a son would be born. And so, one night, the king approached his wife and she became pregnant. When the months had passed, a child was born. Soon thereafter, the Hathors arrived, those goddesses who pronounce the fate of every child at birth. Each, in her turn, foretold the future of the child. The child shall die by crocodile, or by snake, or by dog, was their verdict. When people heard this, they were very much afraid and hurried to tell the king. This news greatly troubled him, so he had a house of stone built for his son in the mountains. It was furnished with all kinds of beautiful things from the household of the king, but the boy was never allowed to leave the house. When the child grew, he climbed onto the flat roof of his house and saw a greyhound running behind a man on the path below. He said to his servant, "What is that running behind the man?" The servant replied, "That is a greyhound." The boy exclaimed, "Bring me such a creature." So they brought him the greyhound. Days passed, and the boy grew into a young man. He sent a messenger to his father and said, "Why should I sit around lazily? Since I am destined to die anyway, I should be allowed to act in the way that I want." His wish was granted, and he was given all types of presents. He was also given the greyhound and a ship. The people waved farewell and said to him, "Grace be with you. Go where your heart desires." Now together with his greyhound he roamed the land and went wherever his heart desired. The prince soon arrived in Neharina, northeastern Syria, at the palace of a count. The Count of Neharina had only one child, a girl. A palace had been built for her, and the windows of this dwelling high above the ground. All the children of all the counts in the land of Syria were called to the palace. The king said to them, "Whoever can fly to my daughter's window shall receive her hand in marriage." Many days passed, and princes came from all over the land. They tried to fly and reach the daughter's window, but they were all unsuccessful. Finally, the young Egyptian prince arrived at the count's home. They asked him, "Where do you come from, you handsome young man?" He replied, "I am the son of a poor officer in the land of Egypt. My mother died, and my father took another wife. When her new children were born, she began to hate me. I left and fled from her." After many days, the prince approached a group of men. "What are you doing here?" They replied, "We pass our time here flying. The person who reaches the window of the daughter of the Count of Neharina will receive her hand in marriage." The prince said to them, "If you don't mind, I will ask the gods to favor me and go flying with you." So they all went out to fly, with the young prince watching their actions. After several days, the prince arrived once again to try his skill at flying. He successfully flew and reached the window of the count's daughter. She hugged and kissed him with happiness, for he was very handsome. The servants ran to her father with the news. They said, "A young man has reached the window of your daughter." The count asked, "Which man was finally successful?" They replied, "It is the son of the poor officer who arrived here after fleeing from his mother in Egypt. He came because of her children." The Count of Neharina became very angry and said, "Should I give my daughter to a refugee from Egypt? He should return home." They went to tell the youth, "You must return to Egypt." But the princess hugged him and said, "If you take him away, I will refuse all food. I shall no longer drink. I shall die in the very same hour." The messenger went forth and told her father everything she had said. The count sent out people to kill the young prince while he was staying in his house. But the girl said to them, "If you kill him, I will also be dead. I will not live another hour without him." The servants went to her father and reported what she had said. Seeing the love in her daughter's eyes, the count had a change of heart. He had the young prince brought to him. When the young man stood before the count, he shook in fear. But the count embraced him and kissed him and said, "Tell me who you are, my future son." The youth replied, "I am the son of a poor officer in the land of Egypt. My mother died, and my father took another wife. She began to hate me, so I fled from her." The count gave him his daughter and also cattle and many beautiful things. After many days had passed, the youth said to his wife, "The Hathors have told me about my future death. I will be killed by a crocodile, a snake, or a dog." She replied, "You should kill the greyhound then." But he said to her, "Oh no, I would never kill my dog. I have raised him since he was a puppy." The wife now stood watch over her husband and did not let him leave the house alone. But the young man wanted to take a trip back to the land of Egypt, so his wife went with him. When they arrived in Egypt, a crocodile came out of the Nile and reached the center of the village where the prince was staying. The villagers caught it and locked it in a house that was guarded by a giant. The giant wouldn't let the crocodile out of the house. When the crocodile slept, the giant left the house and went for a walk. But when the sun came up, the giant returned, and he did this every day for 2 months. After many days had passed, the youth decided to stay at home to enjoy the day. When night fell, the prince lay down and quickly fell asleep. His wife filled a bowl with milk and his sleeping medicine and placed it beside him. His wife sat next to him and refused to sleep. Just then, a snake came out of its hole to bite the prince. The servants came, and they fed the snake the milk instead. The snake drank the milk and quickly went into a deep sleep. The wife then chopped the snake into pieces with an axe. She awoke her husband, and he was shocked at what had happened. But she said to him, "Look, your God has given an animal to kill you. He will surely send more." In the morning, the prince made a sacrifice to the god and praised him every day. Many days after this event, the prince left his dwelling to take a walk nearby with his loyal greyhound and guard dog. His dog ran in front of the group, and the young prince ran after him. When he came to the Nile River, he climbed down to the river bank. A crocodile emerged from the water and said to the young prince, "I am your fate that pursues you. You will cross my path again, you and the giant, and then we shall see. I will let you escape now, but I will come again. When you see that the giant is dead, then you too shall experience death." When dawn broke and the earth was illuminated again, there came Okay, so now you've heard the story. I hope that you have just written some quick notes about the listening questions. Let's go over them together. Number one, what did the Hathors decree about the king's son, the prince? They said that the prince would be killed by a crocodile, a snake, or a dog. So culturally, for us in America, we don't really believe in these sort of decrees. But I know in Taiwan, for example, if you go to a fortune teller and they tell you not to do something in the future, you really take it seriously. And in Egypt, culturally, it's the same way. If the Hathors tell you to do something or not to do something, you listen to them and do exactly what they tell you. So this is definitely a big deal. Number two, who was the prince's loyal companion? His loyal companion was his greyhound, who he had raised since he was a puppy. Yeah. Number 3, where did the prince originally travel to? He traveled to Neharina, which actually is in northeastern Syria. We don't call it that anymore. Now we just call it Syria. So if you can find it on a map, you'll know that this place actually exists. Number 4, the Count of Neharina had one daughter. How was the prince able to marry her? And the answer is he had to fly to her window. You'll notice with myths and legends, people do crazy magical things, and it's not really seen as just like, wow, I can't believe you flew. When you read it, it just seems normal that this guy would be able to fly, like no big deal. And you'll notice a lot of stories are like that. So yes, he flew to her window, and then of course he could marry her. So number 5, was the Count originally happy to see his daughter marry the prince? No, he was not. The Count was angry that such a lowly man would marry his daughter. This is because the Count originally understood the man to be of a lower class. So of course he didn't want his daughter to be marrying somebody like that. Number 6, what animals tried to kill the young prince? So many. A crocodile and a snake both tried to kill the young prince. And number 7, which animal most probably killed the prince? Again, you don't know for sure, but the general idea is that the greyhound dog probably killed him. So if you look at other Egyptian stories, they reference this story and they say that the general idea is that the greyhound tried to protect him and in the process accidentally killed him. So in the end, basically he dies based on what the Hathors decreed. It turned out to be true, unfortunately. So yeah, I really like that part. For me, I really like to speculate, to really think about how something will end. And it's kind of fun to think about Egyptians so long ago talking about this same story and thinking, what happened to the prince? How did he die? So we have one more thing, pronunciation. Go ahead and watch that, and then I will see you later. Right, last part is pronunciation, so go ahead and practice these sentences with me. Number 1, they were very much afraid and hurried to tell the king. So some words you have to be careful about. Afraid, make sure that A is very long. Afraid, A, afraid. And then hurried to tell. Hurried to tell. You'll notice the to is very fast and it sounds like t. Okay? Once again, repeat after me. They were very much afraid and hurried to tell the king. Okay? Number 2, grace be with you. Go where your heart desires. So the first word that you have to be careful about is with. Make sure that TH is very soft, with you. Grace be with you. And the second part is heart. Heart. And when you put it together with something, for example, heart desires, the T kind of comes away and you don't really hear it that much. So please repeat these 2 sentences again. Grace be with you. Go where your heart desires. Number 3, I am the son of a poor officer in the land of Egypt. Okay, so you'll notice the son of a poor officer, the, of, they're very fast. The son of a poor officer. And the other part is land of Egypt. In this case, land and of go together. Land of, land of. Okay, so let's practice the whole sentence together. I am the son of a poor officer in the land of Egypt. Okay, number 4. Tell me who you are, my future son. So first, future. Future. Be careful about the R sound. Even though it's U-R-E, it sounds like an at the end. Future. Future. Okay? And let's say the whole sentence together. Tell me who you are, my future son. All right, last one. I am your fate that pursues you. So 2 points. Number 1, your Your, not your, it's your. And fate, fate. You'll notice I don't really say the T. So try to do that without the T and see how it sounds. I am your fate that pursues you. Okay? So I hope you really enjoyed this story, and as always, we have other stories you can come and watch. If you have any questions, you know where to find me. I'll see you later. Bye-bye.